Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again for another podcast. I hope everyone out there had a wonderful week. I know I did. What about you?
Yeah, I think it was pretty cool.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So like I said, we're back again because this is our truth because I am his mom.
And I am her son.
So tonight topic is something kind of thought provoking, but also a hard topic. Finding meaning in ordinary life. Have you ever sat around and thought to yourself, what am I doing? I'm not where I thought I would be. My life is not like I thought it would be. I haven't accomplished things that I thought I would accomplish. I'm just ordinary. And you might find yourself feeling like you're a failure. It doesn't It just because you have an ordinary life doesn't mean you're a failure. So you have to find some meaning in that life that you have, whatever you doing or not doing. So basically, here it is: finding meaning in ordinary life. Now, me, people might say I have a very ordinary life. I'm an introvert. I don't go any place. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. I work from home. I um I don't go out and mingle. So people might say, oh, she has a very ordinary life. However, in my ordinary life, I have found meaning because I I like to camp, so that's meaningful to me. I have my grandkids; they always around, even when they drive me crazy. So that's something meaningful to me. Um, I like to scroll Instagram like crazy. That just I find the little things that I do, I make them mean something to me. So therefore, I'm not sitting around like boohoo me. My life is not what I thought it would be. I look at what I have around me and what I can grab onto that's around me so that I can find meaning in a ordinary life. And I'm not down on myself. I don't feel sorry for myself. I enjoy the little things that I do. So yeah. What about you? You ever thought about that?
I can honestly say I haven't.
You never thought if you have an ordinary life, and if you do, if it's meaningful?
I've never thought I had an ordinary life, and I felt like I've done a lot of meaningful stuff throughout my years of being here. So, um, yeah, no, I feel very highly of myself.
That I
Um,
can attest to.
yeah, I'm not an ordinary person, not even close. Um, man, I don't live an ordinary lifestyle
I think. Why you say that?
because my life is, I don't.
You go to work. You
Uh-huh.
got kids. You come
Uh,
home.
mhm.
You um pretty much a homebody unless you was
Unless I'm doing something productive. I don't be outside for no reason. I don't go outside for parties no more 'cause that doesn't fascinate me. I've done that. That's not meaningful to me. What's
I mean,
meaningful
but
for me?
that's having an ordinary life.
No, it's not.
You're not going out and
That's
you're
not
not traveling.
no, 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 no.
What?
Ordinary is lacking any kind of specialty or anything special about it. My life is very special. My life is not ordinary, especially all the things I've been through and done and still do to this day. So I don't consider myself ordinary. I can Google my name. I can Google myself. That's not ordinary. I have poems that are in the book. That's not ordinary. I've been in the newspaper. That's not ordinary. Like my life to me, not ordinary. I still make music to this day, not ordinary. I do commercials for Z Smart advertising. I do marketing on videos for a job. Most people's jobs, they don't do that. They're not making videos. They're not all on camera. Like my life is not ordinary.
Okay.
At any given moment, I can go and go do a show just to do music.
So you found meaning in an ordinary life.
No, I didn't find meaning in an ordinary life because my life is not ordinary. I keep saying that because my life, once again, is special. It's not the same as everybody else's. My life is not the same as the next person around the corner. That's what ordinary means. It means regular. It means like the normal. My life is not normal. I don't even live in a monogamous relationship. My life is not normal at all. Like I have 4 kids by 2 different women who I lived with for 5 years. Was in love with both of them. My life is nowhere near normal. I have 2 sets of children who are the same age because I was in a relationship with 2 women and we all lived together. So, like, once again, my life is not ordinary.
Could you find
Now,
meaning
I
sitting on the
found
porch?
meaning. Yeah. Listen, the definition, look, this is my opinion about people out there in the world who may find themselves thinking that they have an ordinary life. If they shift the focus and they don't worry about big achievements, grand achievements, as they would say, because some people think of things of not having an ordinary life by, oh, I didn't, like you just said in the beginning, you didn't accomplish this, you didn't accomplish that, so your life is ordinary. Um, I feel like people who feel that way, if they appreciate the small things that they do in life
Mm-hmm.
and the relationships that they have with people, then they find their meaning. People can find meaning in the hobbies that they do. Um, Volunteering for different things, doing community service for people. Um, like and that's what makes them feel fulfilled. I'm not there. I don't need to go do volunteer work to feel fulfilled. I don't need to go and so that's where my difference is. Like, I have to really be like, do I feel like doing something like that? Like, I don't feel like, oh man, I need my life to feel like purpose, so I'm going to go do this. No, I don't wake up like that. I got 5, if I died right now, and this is how I honestly feel, and God knows my heart. Now, if I was to be unalived, no, because that means you die unnaturally. So I'm going to say die, because I guess that's, if I was to make
Passed
it to my
away.
end, yeah, boom. If I was to pass away, I leave behind 5 kids who live on my name. I leave behind music that at any given time I can say, hey, kids, through my LLC, through this record label, I just want y'all to put my music out. Let's just put my music out. I don't care who here. Just put my music out. It'll be in the will. When y'all get older, y'all can understand Danielle can be over it. And boom, I'm happy with how I lived. I'm happy with all I accomplished. I'm happy with what I've done. I've been in movies. I've been an extra in movies. I've made music. I've been in a music video. I've met famous people. Had famous people phone numbers in my phone, like where I can send them a text message and talk to them. Like, my life was not ordinary. Even though I left and moved to Benton Harbor, I still was talking to famous people till that phone got stolen. Like, my life was not ordinary. So it was like when people always ask me why I dwell on the past, because my past was so close. Right, I was right there. Like at any given moment, like when I was just doing the job I was doing, like, I was preparing to leave to go do some auditions for Tyler Perry, like, but then my car broke down. So then I'm like, you know what? Let me get this job with Whirlpool real quick so I can stack some money for my car. Did that. Now I'm in, I was going to do something else, but I'm like, you know what? Let me do this real quick at this other job and see how this go. And now I will say this, to
Mhm.
keep myself busy, I do a lot of things that is not what I want to be doing. For instance, and I ain't gonna say that what I don't want to be doing. It's not something that I was focused on doing now, but has became a focus. And I'll bring on this martial arts, Taekwondo. That was nowhere near my mind. Like, oh, I'm gonna get back into martial arts. Like, that was nowhere down the line something I was gonna do. I was like, yeah, I'm finna stack this money. My first vacation time, I'm going down here audition. If I get the role, calling my job, let them know, hey, look, I'll be back when I be back. You know what I'm saying? And that's what
Mhm.
I was gonna do. But then things happened the way they happened, and things went the way they went. And I mean, things went the way they did. And then I put the kids in, because you brought it up actually, like, I'm like, let me go check it out. And I'm there with them. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's make this a family thing. And then I jump in with them, and I enjoy it. So I find meaning in doing martial arts because it's kept me fit. I lost weight with it. Being more active. I learned another style of form of protection, and I enjoy doing it with my children. And I feel like that's an example of finding. And you got to think about this. Ordinary is an opinion of the person who's living the life, because who's to say that. Well, for us, ordinary, for them, ordinary would be like for Blue Ivy, or what is that? That is her name. I don't know if I said that
Mhm.
right,
That's her
but
name.
Beyonce's daughter, her daughter, both of them.
Mhm.
When they growing up, how they live in their life, that's ordinary for them. Being able to just travel and fly, because who they're raised around none but famous people. So with the life that they live, it's ordinary to the people that they live around, because they're doing the same thing. They live around rich people. Now, if they was to go be amongst a poor person who ain't got as much money as them, they'd be like, this is not usual. This is unordinary. I don't.
Right. I wonder if that's the reason why um you have rich kids, not them, but other rich kids that party and do drugs and drink. And it's because, like you say, they used to that. It's ordinary to them, and they haven't found any meaning in that ordinary because they had everything handed to them. So all they know how, what they not thinking outside the box of things that they can do to add meaning to their life.
Hmm. I've
You what?
you So you think rich people a hard, have a harder time finding meaning in their life because they're rich?
I don't think I think so. I'm not gonna say all rich people. I think it is it's generations. Like the person that had to struggle to make the money, they knew how hard it was. So they found meaning, to make their money, to build a legacy that they can leave behind, to make sure that their kids didn't struggle the way they struggled and the way that their parents struggled. But then you have their kids, they grow up and they might be hard on their kids and be like, "Oh, I got it this way. I help you, I front you, but you need to get it too because you need to understand hard work." Da 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 da. But then when their kids go along, those kids are so, their life was they were so frustrated with, "Oh, I can't believe he made I ain't gonna," so they spoiled their kids, and they grow up having and having and having, and so to them, like you said, their lifestyle is ordinary to them because by the time they get to a certain age, they're used to it. So
Right.
they're
Yep.
bored with it. And so instead of finding meaning in that life that they live in, like they can do a whole bunch of things, especially because they have the money to do it. They decide to party, do drugs, get high, blow blow money, you know what I'm saying? Not all of them, but I believe the ones that do, that's the reason behind it
Right.
because um they're bored. And it's like, well, it's always gonna be there. This is ordinary. I'm used to this. This I'm used to. They trying to find something
Manny.
meaningful. Right.
I mean, I think that's why. Oh no, that's wrong. I was about to say I think that's why the rich give and do charity, but no, it's a tax write off.
Pretty
Um,
much.
I don't want to say this as an opinion, like it's true, but I'm trying to think about it because it's not out there. It's not like known to the world. But what famous people out there are actually doing something that's meaningful to them that's actually beneficial to someone else.
It's a lot of um it's a lot of I could say it's a lot of basketball players out there doing something and then look at T.I. He just opened he got that he just opened that the hotel for the homeless youth. I think that was T.I. that did that.
Oh
And
wow.
then you and look at Jaden Smith. He created just water. And that's the name of it. It's pure water. Ain't no preservatives, no nothing in it. And it's called just water. Someone else to help benefit the community. And also he went out there to Flint when they was having that water problem. No, he went out there to help the community and gave how much water away to help the community. I mean, it's something to do it. It's those that every year, um, Nipsey Nipsey used to go back when he was here and back to his neighborhood and help the young folks out. It's other people and other entertainers that still do that. It's some that do it. It's some that's just sitting on their money and like they can take it with them and they can't. But it's some that actually are um giving back to the community. And it's not necessarily that they have to because they worked hard and they earned, their money and they don't want, running up and down the court or in a
Getting tackled.
studio getting tackled in the studio 2-3 days at a time, missing out on family time and whatever to make that money, barely seeing they girl, barely seeing their kids because they trying to um make make that money. So they also it's not easy as 1, 2, 3. They also have to go through something in order to get where they're at. So it's not necessarily, oh, you made all this money, you should help out. It's it's not a requirement because to be honest, they shouldn't. When people look at well, they got money and they should. Why? Because just like they did it, you could have did it. It didn't have to be sports. Everyone is given a talent. if you waste your talent, don't get mad at the next man that didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
You could
'Cause
you
I
could have
used to be that way.
really?
Yeah, I used to sit back and watch people. Like when I was younger, I used to be like, I used to feel like that's when I felt like my life was ordinary. And I felt like the life I was living, I should have been living. And I felt like, man, like I should be doing a lot more. Like it was, I had seen some kids. I can't remember what show it was, but I had seen some kids and I'm like, they're not even that funny. And I was a kid myself. I'm like, I'm funnier than them. I could be doing what they're doing. But then as I got older, I started realizing it's a lot of stuff in my life that I'm different when it comes to. Like I'm not okay with being always watched every time I come outside. I like
Right.
being secretive. I like doing stuff that nobody knows I'm doing. Like not even if it ain't nothing bad, but like I like people to
Having
mind their business.
privacy.
Yeah, like
Right.
mind your business. If I'm by myself, then that means I'm by myself. Ain't nobody with me. But to become famous, and I am doing air quotes here, to become famous means that you lose that mystique of being mysterious, of moving
Right.
around and nobody knowing you moving around. Like I done some stuff, took care of some business and handled some things. And it's like, man, I did that. I got that done. I finished that. And it's just the fact that I know I got it done and I did it that made me happy versus breaking news, TMZ. We caught
Right.
famous Antoine at the bank and he made a deposit. Yeah, then he went to the grocery store and it looks like he bought him um
They be
a
on
scooter or whatever, or
look.
a gun. Yeah, matter of fact, let's bring it up. I actually go buy firearms all the time. Now, if I'm as a famous person, air quotes, being watched every time I get a fat check or something, and I was like, you know what? Oh, I want to get this. And well, we've seen him carry another large box. Oh, he keeps going to this other store. Oh, black weapons. He keeps going to this other store, Dick's Sporting Goods, and every time he has boxes and boxes and boxes. It's like, what is he
Mhm.
doing now? Now I look like I'm doing criminal activity. Well, maybe not criminal activity, but
Man,
now I'm
straight
being
up
watched. Now they wonder what's in
right,
the boxes.
clocking
What is he
you.
doing? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm being clocked.
Why?
Now it's okay. Now over the year, TMZ have taken 30 pictures of this guy with these boxes. Let's go. We need to figure out why. So I I stopped caring about whether or not my life was ordinary to other people versus how I felt about my life because I was like always comparing me and the way I was living to the people I was seeing on TV because it's like I should be doing that. I could be doing that. Why aren't I doing that? And then it was like, well, now you know why you aren't doing that. You know the reason why you won't do that. For one, you've seen the turmoil that these famous people kids go through. I don't know about any child star or any child actor or any child anything that's came up after their parents or while in stardom and has been just a-okay. Not
Um,
not Keenan, not Frankie Muniz, not not Amanda Bynes. I could say names like
what about
maybe Hillary Duff. She was all right.
right.
She
I
made
was
it
just
through.
gonna
She
say,
made
what
it through.
about
Hillary
her?
Duff made it through. Yeah, you got Hillary Duff. But look at Shia LaBeouf. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at a Raven. Look at Orlando. Well, a lot of people bring, you know, what Raven. Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. And I think
No, it ain't. It ain't. It ain't.
it's
I
some
still
that
love her. I
right,
still
it's
love her.
some oh my stomach hurts so bad. It's some that have actually made it. Yeah, it's some that have made it through.
Yeah, it
But
is. But imagine
it's
if they had an ordinary life.
right.
You know, not in front
Do
of the
you know what
camera,
I
pictures
notice when I
being
be
taken all the
watching?
time, and every time they come outside, somebody all in their face. Like for them, that's what they ordinary was for them. But for me, that's not ordinary, man. You should be
You
able
know
to
what
do
I had
what you want and
noticed?
live. What?
You know, watching when I watch different interviews of different stars, and I don't know if this is um a reflection of, but I noticed that when it's an artist and they ask them, "Did you always want to do this?" and they say, "Yeah," though they wanted to do it. Those are the ones that's well rounded. But then when it's the ones who parents, sought this type of lifestyle, that type of lifestyle for them, those are the ones that didn't. That something happened, or they didn't succeed, or they end up um wishing. I'm thinking that they did have an ordinary life because they're here today and gone tomorrow, and it's like, okay, what happened to them? You know, because
Right.
they didn't want it. It was just their parents sought it for them. But the ones that say, and so they went off the beaten path, end up either being on drugs or alcoholic or something of that nature. But the ones on the flip side that said that they did want it, they're good. Like, they took that money and invested, and they got, like, brand clothing, real estate, they restaurants, they did more. Excuse me, my throat itching. So, and I don't know if but that's just what I noticed. Yep, that's what I noticed.
I feel
Do
like whether you are living an ordinary life or ordinary to you, you should be finding something meaningful to do. Something that's, you know, something that makes you feel good about living. And
Right,
you never know, man. Like I will hope that'd be something good because, we're not speaking on the people that do bad things that make them feel good. 'Cause you can find anything in to have purpose, well, not purpose, but that has meaning to yourself, to you. Um, I always wonder about myself as far as like if I was raised wealthy or if I came into wealth early in my life. Um, how much would I find in my life that I find meaningful? Like what would I do that's meaningful? Would I be a person that cares about other people's feelings? Would I be somebody that cares about, helping out others whenever I see that someone needs help? Because money changes people, and the way you are raised also reflects on how you act and what you find meaningful.
right,
A thief will always find his code of being a thief meaningful. Like I still, because it's important to me, I feel like I am that guy when I'm doing this job. I feel the adrenaline of
what
can't
I'm
nobody
doing.
stop me when I'm doing this. And that gives me meaning, you know, like police officers. They feel like when they out there doing their job and they and this is my opinion because you got the ones that are very, very mean. And I feel like when they go home, they get to their crib, they realize that their life is not exactly what they want it to be.
Mm,
They are upset because they're not doing what it is they thought they were going to be doing. When the whole
right,
time you're out there protecting and serving. So because you don't find what you do behind that badge meaningful, you take advantage of it and you use it to hurt people. You use it to scare people. You use it to abuse people and to just bother people for no reason. Instead of finding meaning in what you're doing, going into communities and helping them out, asking them how you can be more helpful. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you protect and serve, you work for those people. There's nothing to just get out and do something meaningful for those people. I have not seen or heard anything about the police doing anything meaningful for people. Because you know why? They think their job itself is meaningful. They think because they're like, I've heard this because they put their life on the line. Everybody who goes outside put their life on the line. It's just
You right.
the police are directly putting themselves in danger. That's the only difference. But everybody who goes outside is putting their life on the line. You could walk under a tree and it falls down under you. You can walk in the street on a crosswalk. A car forgets its brakes. You get hit by a car. Anything can happen.
Right.
When you get on the airplane, everybody who gets on a flight is putting their life on the line. So that don't give me a what you're doing is meaningful. Firefighters putting their life on the line. Now this is where it's a difference for me. These guys are choosing to fight fires. That's meaningful. You can have a job that's meaningful within itself. And y'all might be out there asking, her son, how could being a cop not be meaningful with being a firefighter is? Well, one is you're automatically throwing yourself in danger to save someone else's life. That's meaningful. When you hear fire or when there's a fire going on, if there's a person stuck inside that house, and the fire department will try to save that person.
Right.
They will risk their lives trying to save someone out of a fire.
A complete stranger.
A complete stranger. That's meaningful to me.
Right. I wonder, do firefighters feel as if they have ordinary lives, even though that's what they do? I wonder, do they feel like, oh, it ain't nothing, it's just, what I do, as if it's, just something that.
You know what's crazy? I would think amongst them, yes. But for us, looking at them, now that I think about it, that's not ordinary. These guys, if it's true, because I'm going to go based off what I saw on the show,
Mm-hmm.
but I've seen this on two separate shows, which makes me think that somebody either talked to somebody else or the research they did was correct. But firefighters live at the fire department.
At the firehouse, yeah.
Well, firehouse.
Yeah.
That's not ordinary. You sleep at your job.
All right. If it's your shift, that's where you stay
If
until.
it's your shift and you are sleeping, that's what your job is. Like, all
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna go to work. All right, what you gonna do? Well, let me see. What time is it? I'm about to go clock in and then get into bed. Wait, what? Yeah, it ain't time to get up and do nothing right about now. I'm about to
They
go
have
clock
to be
in, shift
ready.
around, and yeah. But the thing is, then, and the intensive training that they do, the sleep is like well deserved because they gotta have. Man, I'm telling you, man, they are rushing to put all this gear on just to get to you because they're not gonna walk around.
Right.
I used to wonder, why don't they just walk around with it on? Like everybody else who got a job, they wear their uniforms, but not a firefighter. No, they put their
Nope.
uniform on to go out.
And they clocking to have so much time to put that uniform on.
So I will always feel like those guys are meaningful people. What they do is meaningful. Police officer, nah, y'all not out there getting a shootout, stopping bank robbers. It's not really much going on for y'all like that. So I don't know. Y'all making
That's probably
trouble
why
where
they
there is no
bored.
trouble. Exactly.
Well, you know what? And I think it could be. It could, you know what? It could be that type of situation going on. But if you don't live in the area where you would get that news, you wouldn't know.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Because I wonder how many folks heard about Donald's being robbed here outside of this place. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that happened. You know, uh,
Yeah, but that
it's
wasn't a
just
big.
when
Cause
I know, but I'm just saying when
yeah,
still I believe that there's still bank robbers in the world. You just don't hear about it because it wasn't in your town. I believe it's still um jewelry heists. You just don't hear about it because it's not in your town. But
I
if
never
it
told
was,
you this, but I don't know if I can talk about this. Yeah, yeah, I can. I was a little kid. I'm older now, and I'm far from doing something like that. Um, I thought about robbing a bank.
oh, everybody have me too.
Yeah, but I actually was talking to people trying to put a plan in motion to do it.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the only reason why I wanted to do it is to see if I can get away with it. That's dumb.
And I wonder,
That's dumb.
do people right? Is that basically you having that ordin trying to find meaning in the life, that was ordinary?
No, I was dumb.
No.
Literally sitting on the bleachers, bored, and I was like,
It's right.
"How many banks over here?" And they were like, "Yeah, we got like 3 banks." I'm like, "Man, that's quite a lot of banks. Has any of them been robbed?" They're like, "Shoot, I don't know." I'm like, "I don't know." And then it went from there. I was like 14, 15. It was
Hmm.
crazy.
I wonder is no, no, but
And yeah, my life was ordinary, I guess, at that time. I, yeah, that would have been crazy.
it would've.
I would have got a whooping.
Yes, you would've.
But I wasn't meant.
I'm glad.
Because to me, I don't know. Do you think do you think living ordinary is bad? Being ordinary is bad?
I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's just the lifestyle that you have established or maintaining for yourself. I don't think it's bad because I don't think I live an
Because
ordinary life, and I
we
don't
live
think
in a we live in a world where everybody wants to be exceptional.
and that's the problem. Because some folks have to be plain. Everyone can't be exceptional. Everyone can't be fabulous. It has to be. The world is made up of different um types of people, and it's got to be ordinary people in the world because the ordinary people support the people that are not ordinary, if that makes any sense. Like, um,
Yeah, it's called fans. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
yeah, so basically, I just that at least that's how what I believe. That nope. And some people just miss the mark. And there's nothing wrong with being ordinary. That's the whole thing. If you even if you if even if say I'm gonna say someone that's shelterless. Now you know
Hmm.
that they're ordinary. They don't they're shelterless, but I believe that even they find meaning in their ordinary life, even if it's when they what's it called, panhandling and trying to get that next meal or whatever, it's still something that they're doing, something that they are trying to accomplish, and that's meaningful to them. Y'all hear that, people? I couldn't get that out. Um, so if they don't do it, I think, it makes it harder for them. But if they do it, I believe that they feel happy with themselves because they completed that goal, you know?
Right.
Just like um just like a athlete. People might say different things. Oh, no big deal. It is a big deal because they have to practice in every day. They have to practice for so long to um hone that skill to make sure that they are you are only as good as your name, your fame. You're only as good as your fame. Because I don't care you how unfortunately, I don't care how good you play. If you don't do something to make yourself stand out amongst the other players, you're just a basketball player. You're not getting any endorsements. No one's knocking down your door to do this, that, or another. Um, you have to make yourself stand out. Cause so that's why I believe even on teams, they
Real
are
quick.
ordered. Uh huh. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to take a drink. When you said that, the first thought that came to my mind, because you said the ordinary person, I mean, if they're not doing all the extra work, whatever or not, and you just said, boom, they're not getting no endorsements. They're
Right.
just a basketball player. Now, if that's the case, I'm gonna say this. No, not that if that's the case. I'm gonna say this. They're just a basketball player to their surroundings. To a person like me, they're still an NBA star on TV, getting paid millions of dollars, and I hoop on the streets or at the YMCA. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even that guy would, there's somebody who his life is not ordinary too, because he's a superstar on the Lakers team. Yeah, I don't know your name. I couldn't, if somebody was like, hey man, you remember that dude who passed the ball to Kobe? Nah.
Right. You just know Kobe. And that
Right.
Kobe made the shot.
Now, if the dude was a 10-time all around assist leader, then yeah, his name will ring bells too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like there's always somebody ordinary, or no, there's always somebody exceptional to somebody ordinary.
Right.
So, which I makes me agree with what you said, that, which I didn't want to agree with this, but it makes me agree that there are some people out there that are ordinary, and there are some people out there that are exceptional. And the ordinary people's job is to be a fan of those that are exceptional. And I feel like when people who know that do that and live that way, they are happy because it's like, I know I couldn't make it that far if I did this, but guess what? I'm happy you did, and I'm gonna follow you and do and and wish you luck, and I'm gonna buy your tickets. I'm gonna root for you. I'm gonna be there. I can do that for basketball players, football players. I can't do that for
But
actors.
I also think it's a full circle because, um, think about it in this aspect. Those even those basketball players, they can't rap, they can't sing, so they too are ordinary in that aspect, so they give props to those that are extraordinary. They buy their records, they listen to their music, they, um, pump them up, you know? So, I think it's just like with artists, um, when when they buy paintings, they can't paint, but they buy paintings of other people that can paint. So I believe it's the same thing all around. Like even though you may live an ordinary life, and even though you may be um doing what you're doing, you could still be getting praise, well, not praise, but recognition from those that are extraordinary. And then if you think about it, more and more people like on TikTok, ordinary people are getting fame because of you know,
Mm-hmm.
the things that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the
Which is
people,
shifting them from no longer being ordinary.
right? Those are the ones that figured out how to make something meaning, find how to find meaning in their ordinary life.
Now I'm gonna say, ask you this: do you think a person that's exceptional or extraordinary is truly a fan of someone else that's exceptional, extraordinary? And I'm giving an example. If I was Lil Wayne, do you think I'm out there buying Jay-Z albums?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Unless you're a hater, most definitely. I have
Hold
heard
on.
I
Wait,
can
wait, wait. So you think there are artists out there that's actually buying other artists' whole albums? Not just
yes.
coming across say songs or listening to it on the radio or, oh, I heard that song. I'm a fan of your work and what you do. But you think they actually tuning in and going and buying albums?
Most definitely. Most definitely. I who was this? I heard someone I can't so it was some artist that did a interview and um on YouTube. It's like one of them YouTube interviews. And he was an artist in his own right. And I old school artist, like back in the day, my time old school artist. And he asked him, "Would do you support other artists?" And he was like, "Yeah, I mess." He said he got like he was I got he's like, I got all the M's. He said I got all the Pac stuff. He was like, I got all the and he was naming people like he was big in his own right.
Was he still
And
making music?
yeah, and still
Uh-huh.
making
What's his
music.
name?
Still, I'm trying. It was on ah
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I followed him on YouTube. It was on Shannon Sharp,
Yeah, I know who he is. What about him?
and he was interviewing. I think it was um Too Short I'm thinking it was either Too Short or it was someone else back in that era. But I'm kind of leaning towards Too Short that that's who it was. And he said, yeah, he support other artists. But it was, so I believe there's other rappers out there to do the same thing because you like what you like. You like what you like. And why wouldn't I support it? I know how my music sound. I made it. I not to say that I wouldn't bump my own music while I'm riding, but I will also bump other artists' music too, especially if I
I
like
mean,
it.
I'm bumping other
Like if
artists'
I'm an
music,
artist,
but
I'm saying like this: if I'm an artist, there's no way. Sorry, not sorry. There's no way I'm not rocking Eminem. I don't care what you say.
somebody told
If
me he
I'm an
can't
artist,
rap
there's
and
no
I
way I'm
almost
not rocking Eminem.
crashed my car on purpose.
What?
Somebody said he can't rap and I almost hit a tree to make them go through the windshield.
Oh, they full of they was smoking that dust.
Man, they
Was
don't
smoking
know.
that dust.
They don't know.
They was
Also,
smoking
if
that
Eminem was
dust.
black saying the stuff he said, he'd be mediocre. Like, man, what?
What? Are they serious with that? Oh, you know what? You better than me. Cause they've been mad. We would not be friends to this day. You know why?
Why?
Cause I would pull it over and be like, get out. They've been like, what? I've been like, get out. Get out my car. I cannot be with a friend. I can't be friends with anyone that would say something that's idiotic and stupid and actually believe it. Get out my car.
What do
They
you
they
think Marshall Mathers does that's meaningful?
I say he did anything meaningful.
I'm saying, do you think he do?
Um,
So I'm just thinking about all these artists and rappers. I just wonder who actually does meaningful
I
things, or
named.
if they
I
think
told
they're
you
mean.
Ti. Um,
You name one
Jaden.
person.
Huh?
You had name one person.
Jaden Smith. Um,
Jaden
it's a
Smith.
lot. It's a lot of Will Smith's son. It's a lot of artists out there that actually um about giving back and doing for the community and making other people's lives better. I'm gonna have to look it up, but it's a lot of them. If you look it up, it's a lot of them.
Oh,
It
okay.
is. Like I know you know about the water in Flint. What was
Oh
going
yeah.
on? Huh?
I said, oh yeah.
What, right? Yeah. So Jaden Smith went out there and
And did
donated
what?
all that water and donated cases and cases of water to them and um went out there to help them. Another artist did it too. But yeah, it's some they do it, but you know the thing about it, which I like, this is when you know someone's doing it for real. You don't hear about it. They're not bragging about it. They're not
Mhm.
trying to get the clicks and the likes and
Mhm.
they're doing it because they want to do it. Because they want to give back to the community. Just like T.I. Hotel he just opened for homeless kids.
Homeless kids.
Kids, because it's a lot of teens out there that's homeless, living on the streets, and people forget about them, don't pay attention to them, and act like that if I don't see it, it don't exist, even though that's not how it works. Just because you turn the blind eye, they still homeless. They still out there living on the streets, even though you trying to make it seem like they not. I don't see it. It ain't going down. Yeah, it is. Still going down. But um
But what?
for, it's someone out there that's trying to make a difference in their life so
uh,
that they can get off the street. You know, there's a lot of kids that not safe at home and will rather live on the street than go back home. And it's just sad. It's sad, but and I believe that those are the artists that once they don't they don't see themselves as extraordinary. This is just what they're talented in and they're doing it. And the meaningful part of their life that makes them feel extraordinary is the things that they are doing.
okay,
At least
okay.
in my mind,
No,
that's
no,
how.
yeah, I understood that. That
Yeah,
does make sense. They really do. Man, I just hope that no matter what people, how they're living their life, they're finding something like they're just doing something meaningful, just
right,
so that that it makes you happy. Like it's not just don't just do it just to be like, okay, my life got purpose. Make sure you do it to make you happy, put a smile on your face, because you only get one life, and I feel like when you're doing something meaningful, despite how ordinary your life or how exceptional your life is, that person who's receiving it or those people who's receiving it, they're not going to care about ordinary, exceptional, anything like that. They care about that moment of that
right.
meaningful moment that's happening.
The
And
lives you touching. Yeah,
exactly. So it's like, I feel like even though we said um finding your meaning in an ordinary life, I feel like you should always find meaning in whatever life you live. And
hmm.
if your life is ordinary,
Make it the best ordinary life you can live.
exactly. Because what's ordinary to you may not be ordinary to someone else.
Right,
I get to, I can drive my car anywhere I want to at any given time. I don't know. For somebody else, that may not be ordinary. That may be ordinary for somebody. Hey, he can be. But for me, that's not ordinary. There are some people who can only go from point A to point B, or some people who can only travel within their city. Some people who are afraid to even go on the highway, they'll never drive on the highway.
right.
So me saying that to somebody else is, whoa, whoa, you get on the highway frequently? Okay.
That's built like that, baby. Built like that will jump on the highway quick.
For real. So it's like, I doing this podcast, I myself am going to do more meaningful things, and not just meaningful things that's for me, but for other people, because I'm at that point in my life where even even if my life was ordinary, even if it is ordinary to other people, some people may look at my life like it's ordinary. To me, it's not, and even if it was, I at this point in time, after speaking, I feel like I should myself do more meaningful things because there's no telling how I can help someone or touch someone
Right.
else.
Yeah. And you never know because like a lot of people who feel that they like may feel, oh, I don't have, but you may have knowledge in your head, like things that you went through, and you might say something to somebody or post a post. And even though, you might not get the likes and clicks or whatever, you might change a couple of lives. And
Exactly.
you're not getting the recognition for that, but you're doing it.
Right.
You're affecting somebody. You're changing their life.
And that's meaningful itself.
That's meaningful itself. Yes, it is. Very much so.
All right, people, y'all
Well,
know what time it is.
that went by fast. Woo. But I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. Comment and make a comment, comment below, please, and thank you. Let us know.
Is your life
Do you believe
ordinary or is it
or
exceptional?
extraordinary?
And
So,
either way,
yep.
do you do anything meaningful? I like to know both.
So let's check out this word of the day.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I am ready.
So the word is Quidian. Now I'm finna spell it for you.
That
Quidian.
sounds like
That's
a
what I'm saying.
Hogwarts word.
It's Quidian.
IAN. Q
Huh?
U.
Oh, yeah.
You said Q
Q
U
I
I
D I A N.
G-I-A-A. Q U. QUI. Quidian.
How you say it?
Quidian.
Quidian. Okay, let's see if he right. Quidian. I'm trying to that it don't um hmm. It's weird, folks. I can't find the pronunciation for it to give it to y'all. It won't pull up. Right?
Nevertheless, small difficulties, y'all. And like get
I
the
ain't never
word
had
right.
this much problem. Anyway, I'm gonna give you the definitions while I
I
try to
want
find out how
for
to pronounce it.
let's see if my phone.
Yeah, 'cause mine. And I would have had y'all know I would have had it up, but I'm not feeling well tonight. So I wasn't even thinking. And then time went by before I even contemplated the time was going by. So
You said QUI
IAM.
DIAN.
Yeah. This is getting on my nerves. It it keeps taking out the U.
I found
It keep
something, but it's
right.
QUOTIDIAN.
But no, it's a word.
I don't know if it is. Not QUIDIAN.
It means of or occurring every day, daily or ordinary.
Yeah, that's QUOTIDIAN.
That's not how it's spelled here.
Quotidian. Quotidian.
It's spelled how's it spelled?
Quotidian. Quotidian. Quotidian.
Wow. Okay, let's see.
Quotidian.
Quotidian.
Ah, I was right.
Quotidian.
So you was right. Quotidian. Quotidian.
It means ordinary and occur daily. Huh. I like that word. You can keep
You
that.
keeping it?
Yep.
He keeping it, people. He better have
Yep.
kept it. How it took us to find the.
Quotidian.
He better have kept it.
Your life ain't nothing but quotidian. You piece of yeah, I'm using that.
Oh my goodness gracious. On that note, y'all have a good night. Be blessed out there. Be kind to someone.
And be kind of someone new.
And this is our truth because I am his mom.
And I am her son.
Peace.
Peace.